Hello everyone, it's Heidi and welcome to this week's episode of Baby Name Sunday. Today I'll be sharing part 2 from last week's video, so if you guys missed it, I shared some longer boy names with some really sweet nicknames on last Sunday's video, so I'll have that video linked down below. Now today we are doing unique, some of them are unique, very trendy, longer girl names with really cute or sweet nicknames. A lot of you guys sent in some of these names, so thank you so much to everyone who sent some in, and I will have some more future videos with some more of these names because I had a ton. Today I'll be sharing about almost 40 longer girl names, and make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys are hitting the bell notification beside the subscribe button so you guys never miss a names list. I post every single Sunday, and go follow me over on Instagram as well, as I post a ton of content on there. All right, let's jump into today's list. I want to get really quickly through it since I have a ton of amazing girl names to share with you. All right, okay, so I will be popping up a box every time I do say a name with a bunch of other nickname options. So while I'm creating that little box, if I do think of any other nicknames, I will pop that in the box beside me. So first name on the list, I actually added this one, totally inspired by where I live, but this is the name Cosafina. Spelled C-O-S-A-F-I-N-A, Cosafina. Like, doesn't that sound like a beachy girl's name? You have really sweet nicknames like Cozy, Fifi, or even Coco, and this one's Spanish originated, meaning finer things or luxurious. Next, we have the gorgeous name Azalea, spelled A-Z-A-L-E-A, Azalea. You can do nicknames like Zay, Zaylee, Leah, and it's a fresh English pink floral name, perfect for a little upcoming springtime baby as azalea flowers bloom in the spring. Moving on to number 3, my girl Chelsea from Alaska. She sent this one in, and I believe she made it up, but I do have a little bit of a meaning for it. So this is the name Tasmaray, so T-A-Z-M-E-R-A-Y, Tasmaray. Like, how dreamy is that? You can have sweet nicknames like Tasmi, Esme, or Esmaray. And this one is combining a mix of Turkish and Arabic roots, meaning queen of the dark moon. How cool, how powerful, how just flawless is this name. Next name here, you find it sometimes on some unique name lists. I haven't seen too many girls actually being named this name, but I think it's so gorgeous. It's the name Aloera, spelled E-L-O-U-E-R-A, Aloera. Very gorgeous. You can do those nicknames like Era, Ellie, Elle, or Lou. Lots of trendy nicknames there, and this one's an Australian Aboriginal name with a sweet meaning of a pleasant place. This one is also currently completely unranked, which was really shocking, especially with it being an E name. So definitely a wonderful, maybe even Eloin alternative, something a little bit more unique. Speaking of Elle, we have the name Rumielle, spelled R-U-M-I-E-L-L-E, Rumielle. This is just so stunning to me. I love it. I'm not one to go for too girlier names, but you can do nicknames like Rumi, Rue, even Elle, or even Miel, which means honey in French. But this is a mix of Japanese and French roots, meaning flowing and beautiful girl. Another unranked option on this list that I kind of made up, it's the name Cassawin. So C-A-S-A-W-Y-N, Cassawin. So you can do nicknames like Winnie, Cass, Cassa. I love it. And Cassawin. I feel like you can almost even put in 7 as the nickname. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of hear it in there, so why not? But this one's a mix of Spanish and Welsh roots, meaning blessed home. I have the name Faravie, spelled F-A-R-A-V-I-E, Faravie. Really, really pretty. This has nicknames like V, Farah, or even Ravi. And this one's a modern mix of Arabic and French origins, meaning life of happiness. Such an amazing omen about this one. It's completely unranked, so for sure for a little girl, that's completely one of a kind. Next up on this girl's name list, we have the name Leilani, spelled L-A-Y-L-A-N-I, Leilani. You can also do this as L-E-I at the very beginning there. There's a few different spelling variations, but amazing nicknames, Lay, Layla, Lani, and this one's Hawaiian originated, meaning a heavenly flower, or it can be translated to royal child. Now this particular spelling is sitting just over those top 1000s at 1199. So definitely unique, but if you're still wanting something trendy and kind of familiar in sound, Leilani is just a gorgeous choice for you. Moving along the list here, I have the name Aristella, spelled A-R-I-S-T-E-L-L-A. Aristella. Now, very kind of celestial inspired. You can do nicknames like Ari if you're wanting something a little bit more edgy, but you can do like Stella or Arista. Now this one's Greek and French originated together, meaning girl of the harvest season. So if you're having a little girl in the upcoming few months here, October, November, this is for you. We have something a little bit more regal sounding next. I have the name Lexington, spelled L-E-X-I-N-G-T-O-N, Lexington. Now this was sent in from one of my favorite namers over on Instagram. This one is so beautiful. I love the regal, kind of trendy, posh sound to it. You know, nicknames like Lex, Lexi, or even Exie, something a little bit more edgy. And this one is an English place name that's still sitting in the uncommon spots of the 4000s. I have the name Zipporah, spelled Z-I-P-P-O-R-A-H, Zipporah. Now this one is a Hebrew originated name meaning bird. It was also the wife of Moses in the Bible. So a great biblical, definitely unique option, and super cool nicknames like Zippy, Aura, or even Z. We have a place inspired name here next. It's the name Indiana, spelled I-N-D-I-A-N-A. Lots of the time Indy is used, great nickname, or even India. So you can use both of those as nicknames, but having that longer name of Indiana, I think it gives kind of like a Western, Southern belle kind of charm. And again, it is a state name or a place name. So as we're going through this list, we have tons of gorgeous options here. This next one is one of my favorites, and that's the name Callaluna, spelled C-A-L-L-A-L-U-N-A, Callaluna. It's derived from both Greek and Latin roots together, meaning beautiful moon. Like, this is so gorgeous, especially if you're loving Luna, if you're loving Calla or Callie. They just have such trendy nicknames to come from this full name. So Callaluna. Absolutely elegant and stunning for your little girl. Time for something a little bit more vintage. I have the name Rosalind, spelled R-O-S-S-A-L-Y-N, Rosalind. So very often you'll hear Rosalind. I thought this one was kind of a little bit more boy name for girl, as you can do nicknames like Ross, Rossi, Lynn, or even Rosa. And this one's Latin originated, meaning pretty rose. It is derived from Rosalind, so this is a great, more modern alternative here, but still trendy, sitting just inside that top 1000. Next, we have the name Elavie, spelled E-L-L-O-V-I-E, Elavie. This one I've been seeing all over Instagram, but I have yet to see it been used. So please use it. You can do nicknames like Love, Lovey, or even Ovi. And this one is a modern invented name, like I said, meaning life of the bright and shining one. Another name option that was sent in is the name Saskia, spelled S-A-S-K-I-A, Saskia. This one's super sweet. I love the nicknames like Sask, Sasky, or even Kia. And this one's actually a middle-aged Dutch name, meaning Saxon. One of my favorites on the list, I have the name Araminta, spelled A-R-A-M-I-N-T-A, Araminta. Right away, I love the nickname Mint or Minty. So gorgeous, but this one's actually an 18th century name, so very vintage, and it means defending or yielding to prayer. A sun-inspired name here next, I have the name Solaria, spelled S-O-L-A-R-I-A, Solaria, or you can do Solaria. And this one has nicknames like Sol, Aria, or even Sola. And this one's English from Latin originated, meaning of the sun. All right, we are going into the stars for this one. So this is the name Marceline, spelled M-A-R-S-A-L-E-E-N, Marceline. Nicknames like Mars, Marzi, Lena, or even Marsa. And this one's a modern invented name meaning bright and beautiful Mars. Something very similar to Marceline that I really wanted to add on the list is the name Marcelina, spelled M-A-R-C-E-L-I-N-A, Marcelina. This one's gorgeous. You can still do that nickname Mars, but you could do the names like Sally or even Selena, which I thought was really gorgeous. And this one's Latin originated with a different meaning warlike, so very powerful. All right, Disney inspired names here next. I have the name Iridessa, spelled I-R-I-D-E-S-S-A, Iridessa. This one is so girly, so fun. It's inspired by one of the fairies in Disney's Tinkerbell, but this one means to twinkle and to sparkle and has sweet nicknames like Essa, Essie, or even Irie. All right, switching things up here. I totally had to move because I realized that I had this light kind of shining on me, so my apologies for that. Okay, moved over a bit. All right, so next name on the list here, we have the name Holiday, spelled H-O-L-L-I-D-A-Y, Holiday. I thought this one was so fun, and Haley, she always sends in such amazing names. You can have nicknames like Holly or Halls or even Day, and this one is obviously an English word name and a surname. Now this one gives me just such vacation vibes, and this is the very first time it's ranking on the charts in the 10,000s. Moving on to a whimsical name here next, I have the name Peregrine, spelled P-E-R-E-G-R-I-N-E, Peregrine. I think this is so dreamy and straight out of a fairy tale. You can do really cool nicknames like Perry and Reggie for a little girl, and this one's Latin originated, meaning traveler or pilgrim. But this is also, guys, an animal inspired name like the peregrine falcon. We have a bell ending name here next. It's the name Lulabelle, spelled L-U-L-A-B-E-L-L-E, Lulabelle. I know a lot of you more girlier name lovers out there will love this one. You can do nicknames like Lou, Lulu, Belle, or even Bells. And this one's a French and Spanish mixed name, meaning beautiful, renowned warrior. Another idea on the list here, I have the name Artemisia, so A-R-T-E-M-I-S-I-A, Artemisia. And this one, you can do nicknames like Artie, Missy, or even Artem, or I was thinking Art for a little girl. I think that's a really sweet vintage little name for her. But this one's a variation of Artemis, which is the Greek goddess of wilderness, animals, childbirth, and protector of young girls. For this next name, this was sent in over 50 times. It is that popular for a longer name, so I had to give it out there to you guys. This is the name Magnolia, spelled M-A-G-N-O-L-I-A, Magnolia. Literally so many of you guys sent this one in, but it makes sense because it's a gorgeous floral name with a ton of nicknames. Maggie, Noli, Nolia. I'll share a ton of suggestions in the box here for nickname potential, but this one has it all. We have a Z name on the list here. This is a really cool, kind of futuristic. It's the name Zenobia. So Z-I-N-O-V-I-A, Zenobia. If you're loving nicknames like Nova or even Zinni or Novi, this one is for you. I think this is totally all celestial worthy as well, but it has Greek roots, meaning force of Zeus. All right, moving into a biblical name option here. A little bit of a play on a boy's name, actually. So this is the name Israel, spelled I-S-R-I-E-L-L-E, Israel. I love the spelling for this one. I think it's beautiful. You could do nicknames like Isri or Ria, Riel, or even the classic L. And this one's a feminine Hebrew name from Israel, meaning he who struggles with God. Next up, we have a virtue style name here next. We have the name Affinity. So A-F-F-I-N-I-T-Y, Affinity. This one is cool, edgy, really fun too. So you can do nicknames like Finn, Finny, Affy. There's a ton there, and this one means spontaneous or liking for someone or something. I have the name Mavery, spelled M-A-E-V-E-R-Y, Mavery. Now this one's a mix of Maeve and Avery, meaning she who intoxicates or ruler of the elves. This one, actually, I think it's its first time on the name charts, but with nicknames like May, Maeve, or even Ever. Next name here, one of my favorites on the list too. It's so timeless. It's the name Waverly, spelled W-A-V-E-R-L-Y, Waverly. I love nicknames like Wave, Waves, or even Wavy. I think those are so cool, and I really debated this putting it on my girl's name list actually. I thought it was really pretty, but this one's English originated, meaning meadow of the quivering aspens. I always love that meaning. I think it sounds like a little storybook, like it should be in a novel. So picturesque, like beautiful. This next name here is totally new to me, and I thought a lot of you guys would really love it. So this is the name Aliana, spelled A-I-L-E-A-N-A. Aliana. Isn't that kind of cool? Really pretty. You can do nicknames like Ali, Leah, or Anna. And this one's a modern invented name, meaning God is my grace and God is my oath. So just like Magnolia, this one also was sent in a ton of times. Vintage classic. It's the name Lorelei, spelled L-O-R-E-L-A-I, Lorelei. Now I don't normally go for vintage names, but I have to say this has to be one of my favorites. I think it's so sweet. Nicknames like Rory, Eli, or even Lore for your little girl. I think it's so cool. And it has a really kind of fun, very girly meaning. It's German originated, meaning alluring and temptress. We have a new E name here next, brand new to me, so thank you Shelly for sending this one in. But this is the name Elraya, or Elraya, spelled E-L-R-A-Y-A, Elraya. Sweet nicknames like Raya or Rhea, Elra, Elle, or even Ray for your little girl. And this one's a modern invented name, meaning girlfriend. All right, we have a few more names here left. We have 4 more names. So next one, we have the name Isabel, spelled E-S-A-B-E-L-L-E, Isabel. Now, for this one, you could do nicknames like Isa, E-S-A, for your girl. In love, we have Belle or Bells again, but we also have Isabel, we have Sable as the nickname there too. So thought that was really cool. It's a modern Hebrew and French mix, meaning beauty and salvation of the Lord. I should also mention that this is the very first time it's on the charts. It's maybe gonna be a one-hit wonder. Next, we have the name Luminosa, spelled L-U-M-I-N-O-S-A, Luminosa. Now this one needs to be like a Harry Potter name, I swear. And this one, you can do sweet nicknames like Minnie, Lumi, Noe, or even Mino. And it's a French originated name, meaning light. Like almost like illuminating, Luminosa. I thought that had a really pretty ending. Kind of reminds me of Mariposa, Luminosa. Second to last name here on the list, I have the name Adelina, spelled A-D-A-L-L-I-N-A, Adelina. Now this one has nicknames like Addie, Ada, or even Adelie, and this one's Hebrew originated, meaning noble one. Then that brings me to my very final name here on this girl's name list. I know you don't want it to end. I will definitely have more of these names in the future because I got so many submissions, so don't you worry, we will have more of these videos as there's a ton of longer girls' names. All right, last one here on the list, I have the name Ana Lucia or Ana Lucia, spelled A-N-A-L-U-C-I-A. So gorgeous. This one has nicknames like Anna, Lucy, or even Nalu. And this one's Spanish and Italian originated, meaning grace and light. Now this one is crazy. It's sitting in the 6,000s, as you guys can see, but it's up over 10,000 spots from 2020 to 2021. So Ana Lucia or Ana Lucia, I think this one is gorgeous, and you can really hear those Italian roots and Spanish roots behind it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's longer girls name list. Again, if you missed last week's video, I will have it linked down below. It was the boys longer name list. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up because it lets me know you guys love these videos, and it pushes the video out into YouTube to make sure that everybody else can see this video as well. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. Bye.